3.5 years ago, on May 12th, 2022, MicroStrategy traded down to a fully diluted mNAV of 0.71. This was near the bottom of the last Bitcoin bear market. Bitcoin was around $28,000 per coin, and almost everyone was in the process of giving up on MSTR. Twitter and news articles were filled with Saylor's incorrect Bitcoin liquidation price, and market sentiment around Bitcoin, and especially MicroStrategy, was terrible. Yet nothing had really changed about the strategy. MSTR was still using what Saylor calls intelligent leverage to amplify the future returns of Bitcoin by borrowing at a cost lower than Bitcoin's long-term expected CAGR. At that point, Bitcoin had been falling for many months since its November 2021 peak. Looking back on Bitcoin's history, this was an incredible moment to buy an amplified Bitcoin position. For MSTR, you were effectively buying Bitcoin at a discount and gaining access to relatively cheap leverage. From those levels, MSTR went on to rise more than 2,000% to where it was earlier this year. It has massively outperformed from its 2022 low, even after the poor performance this year. Now, when you look at Bitcoin treasury companies today, you can see a similar dynamic playing out. Market demand for amplified Bitcoin has fallen, not because of the fundamentals of Bitcoin. The fundamentals remain incredibly sound. Bitcoin's monetary policy is immutable, predictable, and known for centuries to come. The technology remains censorship resistant. What has changed is simply short-term demand for amplified Bitcoin exposure. If you still believe Bitcoin is a long-term savings technology and you expect a Bitcoin CAGR north of 15% over the next decade, then amplified Bitcoin is perhaps interesting here, just like it was in 2022. Could Bitcoin and amplified Bitcoin go lower in the short term? Absolutely. But the situation today should not be surprising. There is nothing abnormal about it. This exact setup occurred 3.5 years ago. It is just striking to watch sentiment shift so dramatically. Volatility plays with emotions and can distort how people feel about their investment thesis, especially if they are overexposed or do not truly have conviction in what they hold. If someone's investment thesis around Bitcoin has changed and they now expect Bitcoin to have a lower future compound annual growth rate than the cost of amplification, then of course they would not want to hold amplified Bitcoin. But if they still believe Bitcoin is a superior long-term savings technology, then amplified Bitcoin remains potentially compelling. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time.